Hello, darlings, and welcome to Digimon Ghost Game. This is the podcast where, so last week on Saturday, actually, I was coming home from work, it's like 6 a.m., fucking still dark, freezing temperature, and about a mile from my house, I see this kitten just like hunched up like in the middle of the road. So, I'm like, oh, a kitten? Are they? It's fucking freezing out. Are they all right? So, I stopped the car to check it out, and this fucking kitten must have been like really cold because I stopped the car, opened the door to get out, and the kitten just, fucking goes straight for the car, crawls right underneath it. And I'm like, ah, crap, I'm gonna have to get this kitten out from underneath my car. But no, because when I look under my car, I just see the fucking little tail sticking out from the fucking engine. So this cat just crawled directly into the engine of my car, fucking trying to get warm, and I'm like, oh.
It's like when you're cold and you think, I'm gonna pitch myself directly into the sun.
Exactly. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I gotta fucking take this kitten home, and, so I fucking, really quickly just, fucking kill the engine, pop the hood, and, luckily I don't have to fucking go digging around in the engine of my car, or, reach into any crevices, the kitten is just, right there, sitting on top of it, so, I managed to grab her, get her in the car, drive the rest of the way home, and, then when I get her home, I finally see her in good light, and, this cat has the worst eyeball I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. It's so gross, and, I kind of got a hint that, this cat might have been injured because, even in the dark, I could tell that, maybe there was something going on in their face, and I noticed kind of a little bit of a septic smell, so I was like, okay, this kitten's probably injured, probably needs help, and, turns out their eyeball just got real fucked up. This fucking kitten, in my house now is very tired of being held, when I was getting out of the car, she, fucking started attacking my hand, because, even, fucking, freezing and sick and half-starved, she was like, yeah, I can kill this guy, no problem.
Let me at him.
Exactly. So... Man, she's so little, and she's just real little. She's been cold, looks like she hasn't eaten anything in a good while. She is, skin and bones, just, injured eye, and, she's not letting me get anywhere near her. She's just, hiding under a chair, and anytime I try to get close, she just sort of scooches back away from me, and it's like, oh, baby. And, I sort of give her some space to herself. I put food and water out for her, which she doesn't really go for. At some point, I'm just sort of hanging out near her, just kind of trying to get her used to, being around me without trying to approach her or pet her or anything. And, we're just kind of vibing a little bit, and she just sort of hangs her, she's meowing at me, and then she just sort of hangs her head above her little paws and just gives the fucking tiniest, saddest little, and I'm like, oh, baby. Oh, no. So... Yeah, I get my dad to take her to the vet that day because I have to fucking go to sleep. I can't be awake during vet hours. I got the fucking night shift, so, she gets some antibiotics, gets some, eye drops and painkillers, and, we know at some point that this eyeball is going to have to get taken out. So, she spends, the next day, not really moving at all. I do get her, to off the floor and, she get her to sit on the couch on a heating pad so she's not, so cold and uncomfortable. But, I still haven't really seen her eat or drink much. So, then, I do manage to feed her, a little bit of kitten formula that I got from the pet store, fucking, bottle feeding it to her, because, she doesn't really seem to want to eat or drink on her own, and she has a little bit of that, so, then when I get home from work on Sunday morning, she's asleep, probably a little bit zonked out from the pain meds. I don't really want to wake her up until, I really have to, until it's time for her meds. So in the meantime, I'm watching this fucking episode of Digimon, because, it just came out, just sitting on the couch next to her.
It's giving her ideas.
Yeah, fucking watching the cat episode of Digimon while having a lot of cat-related anxiety about this kitten's health. So, then, afterwards, I, wake her up, give her her meds, give her, a little bit of formula, and after that, she finally eats some of the wet food I set out for her.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Oh, you're finally eating. Yeah, so, over the next few days, we she eats more, she regains a lot of energy, we take her to a different vet who is like, hey, we can't really, give her surgery to remove this eye until, she's doing healthier overall. She needs to put on some weight and, get over, the little respiratory infection she's got before we can, put her under anesthesia. So we're still waiting on that, but, in the meantime, she's been eating like a champ, just, eating a bunch of food, getting a lot less skeletal, her breathing seems to be getting a little bit better, and so yeah, she's doing well overall, and let me tell you, she is so fucking friendly.
Aww.
Oh my god, she loves pets and she loves cuddling, and she is absolutely just the fucking sweetest. And yeah, she's a lot more energetic now. She sort of perks up anytime I go into the room. She is the absolute sweetest. And yeah, still not entirely out of the woods yet. She still needs that surgery because the eyeball is really fucking bad, you guys. But yeah, I think she's gonna be okay.
That's great.
I'm Emmi, my pronouns are they, she, he.
I'm Elvire, my pronouns are they, she, he, and my cat has no good eyeballs, and he's completely fine.
Yeah, I figure, even if she does lose one, I mean, she's definitely losing the one eye. That thing has got to go. But I'm not sure whether the other one might be infected or not. It seems maybe, but even if she loses the other one, then that just means we'll have two hosts on this show with blind cats.
Yeah, and blind cats are cool. And my Bob is also super cuddly. And he also he tried to be, oh, I don't want to eat in the beginning, but he's a fat boy, so he didn't keep it up.
Yeah.
And he tried to be like, oh, I don't want to be petted by strangers, but he adores attention. So what he did,
Aww.
what Bob did, a very sneaky little cat, is he would ignore me during the day. And then I'd wake up in the middle of the night and he'd be sleeping on top of me.
Aww.
But I wasn't allowed to pet him yet, but he did sleep on me. It's like, yes, okay, these are the boundaries. And he's here right now.
Hi, Bob.
Bob, Emery says hi.
My other cat, Callie, just jumped off my lap, and, like, Callie is a big girl. She's, like, you know, not like, particularly chonky or anything, but just, like, fucking large, a big, tall cat. And, you know, I sort of got used to her size, but, like, you know, having, like, been interacting with this tiny little kitten so much, Callie seems somehow, like, to be about 30% bigger. Like, damn, why are you so big?
Yeah, my cat is also an absolute unit of a cat. My precious baby boy, 5 kilograms, crushing my knee as we speak.
Yeah.
You would never try to control me with a sexy dance. I appreciate that about Bob. That he would never try to seduce me. Oh my god, what was this episode?
So yeah, Morg was not able to join us right away. Hopefully they will be with us very shortly. But yeah, for now, let's talk about this damn episode.
Yeah, let's talk about what is it called? Bakaneko?
Bakeneko.
Bakeneko. I know words.
So like we cold open on a sleeping girl, and then she just sort of like gets out of her bed and like goes to the balcony of her apartment. And you can, like, definitely tell that she is not, like, moving under her own power. Mm-hmm. The animation is, like, very, like, sort of floaty and loose. And she just, like, hops up on the railing and starts just, like, running along it in this, like, weird little sleepwalk, sort of puppety movement. And, you know, she's just, like, zooming all around, like, going all around the town. And you're like, okay, what's going on? And then we see, like, in the background, there's, like, a fucked up looking cat.
These are some fucked up looking cats this episode.
Oh, for sure. And
some fucked up cat sounds as well.
Yeah. And then, you know, she fucking wakes up and finds herself, like, standing on like one of those like little light posts that comes out of a billboard to, like, you know, keep it illuminated at night. And it's, you know, guess they still got analog billboards, even though you can just hologram everything these days. Yo, what's up, Morg?
Hey, sorry, I was being controlled by my cat Gizmo, and
damn, how'd that go?
At first, he, like, wanted me to, like, walk on some, like, ledges and stuff, and it was kind of scary, but then he was like, actually, I mostly just want you to pet me and give me food and do the normal stuff, so, like, we came to an agreement, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Everything worked out. No, but everything, of course, took longer than I was hoping.
It kind of reminded me about that Tumblr post that was like, or was it a Twitter? Like, oh, I thought I could control ducks, but it just seems like me and ducks agree on what ducks should be doing.
That's
you and your cat just agree on what you should be doing.
I mean, that's just true, though. Like, that's just owning a cat. Like, this episode is just owning a cat.
Yeah, that's just what owning it. Sometimes your cat makes you do weird shit, and you just do it.
My cat also made me get pizza for my sister and my mom. I don't know. Very weird.
Bizarre.
That's what took so long, too.
My cat made me stay home from work? Aw, gee, sorry, boss.
Sorry, boss.
Bob, can you do that for me?
Yeah, I wish. So you know, we fucking cut away from the cold open. We see some boys, including including what's-his-face Riku, taking care of some kitties, some stray kitties, like, behind the shed, around the dormitory.
Gamamon and Espimon spot him.
Yeah, I like that Hero's like, they should be back by now, but it's like they're fucking around with cats.
Valid.
Yeah, I guess that Riku wasn't too badly traumatized by cats.
Thank God.
After Meikumon.
Oh my God. Maybe after this one. Maybe.
Wait, was he in the group of people that were taken? I actually don't remember.
I think he was.
Oh, okay.
Was he? Okay.
Because Hero was the only... No, that's this No, I'm confusing it with this episode. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I retract my words.
I was like, I don't know.
I didn't notice.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, I was confusing it with the new episode.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I feel like he would have said something, but who knows?
It would be weird if he was there and he didn't say something. That's true.
Because a lot of like random background characters were talking, but
yeah. So Riku and Nomura are like, oh, please don't tell Kyoshiro that we have a cat.
Yeah, because Gamamon and Espimon are there. They're like, oh, what's up? You got some kitties?
But Kyoshiro is like kind of... He hears his name and he appears. He's like the devil in a way.
He's like the devil. He's like Beetlejuice.
He's like Beetlejuice.
Someone said his name 3 times accidentally. He appeared in the mirror.
He is fucking showing up to ruin everyone's fun.
You've heard of Bloody Mary, now here.
Get ready of scary Kyoshiro, but he's the one being scared.
I don't know, man. Enough yelling and it would scare me. Even if he was yelling in fear, I probably would also be afraid.
I'd scream back, the abyss, and the abyss screams back.
Yeah, so Kyoshiro's like, hey, you can't have cats in the dorm. It's against the rules. He shoos the cats away.
This cat gives him the biggest stink eye I have ever seen a cat give anyone. It was, wow, A+.
This cat's gonna fucking...
It's gonna murder him.
This cat's gonna gonna get some goddamn revenge.
And it is, actually.
This cat's gonna make him jump off a building, which is true.
Which is true.
It does get its revenge.
These cats hold grudges.
Yeah, so... We see a scene later of a bunch of these cats from around the city just like gathering in a big pet cemetery, and we see the monster of the week, Bastmon, who is a fucking sexy cat lady. We got another one, boys.
Hell yeah! If I got a nickel.
We got another sexy cat lady, but this one, like, starts off as a sexy cat lady, and she, like, is doing all this music. Like, there's all this very interesting music that she's using in this episode. I like it. It's just, like, I didn't expect it. I was like, oh.
She's fucking talking to... She's given a big speech to the cats, talking about how they need to train humans, to be their pets.
What part of they've already done this does she not understand?
Yeah, exactly. And then she does a little dance, and all the cats start standing up on their hind legs, and their tails split into 2 tails, and their faces get really fucked up. Like, their eyes sort of twist around and go fully, like, vertical.
Yeah, their eyes are so fucked. That was
their entire faces are fucked.
Yeah, their faces, like, really what got... I was like, what? If a cat just, like, sat on my chest while I was sleeping and I woke up and this was looking at me,
oh boy.
Can you imagine?
I have woken up to Bob yawning right in front of my face. And I have to admit, I love him with all my heart. I would die for this boy. At that moment, I thought I was gonna die.
Oh yeah, we're all cat owners now, huh?
I'm a 2 cats owner now.
Oh god, I wish that were me. But I can't introduce a new cat. Because I have no place for them to be separate from each other.
Yeah. I'm keeping Callie and Pearl, which is what I named the new kitten. I'm keeping them in separate rooms for now. Like, anytime Callie like sees the new kitten, she gets mad and starts hissing and growling. Although she has been better about it in the past couple of days. But yeah, Callie is definitely more scared of Pearl than Pearl is of Callie. Like, Pearl can scare her off if need be.
I think Pearl has looked death in the face and said, "Not today."
Exactly. Like I said, like, she does believe that she can kick my ass.
And she probably can. But
probably can.
If the cat chose to beat me up, I don't know if I could fight back. I just let Bob scratch me.
I would fight back, but the problem is that my cat usually ends up biting me when he's playing and not fighting me, so it's a little different. So I'm like, very scratched up, but it's because my cat is very playful.
It's out of love,
I guess.
That sounds like I'm in an abusive relationship with my cat.
Oh God.
He does it because he cares.
Yeah, I was like, he does love me, he's just an idiot. He doesn't know how sharp he is. But these cats are sharp and they know it. And
they know it, yeah. They make Kyoshiro do like crazier stuff.
Yeah.
Because cat lady with huge boobs said do better, and if a cat lady with huge boobs says do better, then you've got nothing to do but follow the command.
You gotta.
Yeah, what choice do you have?
You gotta.
I'd rather not do it in my sleep, though, because he does do it in his sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wakes up and he's like, oh no, I'm not in my room anymore. And he calls for Jelly Mom. I mean, essentially Jelly Mom.
Jelly Mom? Sorry?
I meant to say, like, Jelly Mon, but I was also like, Mom, come get me. They, like, fused them together. I guess Jelly Mom is another name for Thetis Mon, right? Like, that could be Jelly Mom.
Jelly Mom is beautiful. That's amazing.
Yeah, cause like, this cat, I think it was the Calico from Behind the Shed, was like, making Kyoshiro like sleepwalk all around this construction site and just like fucking run straight up like the fucking vertical I-beams and shit. So like when he wakes up, he's just like clinging to the side of this like this fucking building frame, and he's losing it.
He's like, Jelly Mom, come get me.
And Angoramon shows up. But he's
somewhere
so
different.
Sick.
Yeah, he shows up.
He doesn't sick of saving Kyoshiro that he hears somebody else yell for help, and he's like, I gotta save this person. I know he couldn't hear Kyoshiro, but it was a very funny change of scene to have Angoramon save someone completely different.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So what else was walking on some, like...
a Ferris wheel.
Oh yeah, it was a Ferris wheel, and he, like, goes underneath them and cushions them with his puffy, fluffy belly. And it's very cute, even though it was, like, dangerous. Like, it's like, he's so soft!
Mm-hmm.
And he hears a cat in the distance. And I'm sure he thinks this information isn't relevant for later. We get Kyoshiro hidden in his room.
Yeah, he's
all
fucking
bundled up.
Once again, he's sheltering in his room. He's not letting anyone in or out except for Jellymon, who is not around.
She has become a farmer, apparently.
Because
she's a farmer.
Her new money scheme is farming.
She's doing a farming business.
God.
How does she come up with her ideas?
And Espimon is telling Hiro about what's going on with Kyoshiro, and he does do a little Higachi impression of Kyoshiro screaming.
Yeah.
They bully this boy so well.
It's good. So, later we see the cats behind the shed. They're back and they're mad. Their fucking tails are all poofed up. from being angry, and what's wrong with these cats? And Gamamon goes to pet one of them and gets scratched, and it's like, oh no, what's wrong with these cats? What's wrong with them is that they're being mind controlled by a big titty lady.
Their tails are all like twisted,
bunched up.
Yeah, bunched up.
Yeah.
Gamamon looks so confused when he gets scratched. Yeah. I'm like, how could this cat? Oh, look at that. That's a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that night, Gamamon and Kiyoshiro are getting puppeted, and Hiro notices that they're both sort of up and about at night. They're both like fucking stumbling along, on the rooftops, and Hiro's following them.
Yeah, and we get another sexy cat lady dance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Bestmon fucking notices like Hiro following the sleepwalkers and is like, "Oh hey, what's up, kid? You want to be my puppet?"
And he says yes because of course we. Imagine if he said yes.
Yeah, Gamamon being the only Digimon. Yes. Gamamon being the only Digimon to be like controlled is interesting.
Yeah.
So, like, what made them decide to do that? I mean, I guess scratching him because they were pissed off.
I guess other Digimon don't really interact with animals.
That's true.
Since it was implied at the end that everyone who got taken was someone who had a pet cat.
Yeah. Either a pet cat or they
got a cat swear vengeance on.
Yeah, or they're being bullied by a cat.
A little side note that I wrote down. What does Espimon sleep in?
Just a fucking cardboard box. He's got a little box.
Correctly then. Yeah, he sleeps in a cardboard box.
In Hiro's room.
Hiro, please get this boy a bed. He's here to stay. You adopted a brother.
No, they're biological brothers. Hokuto fucked a plane.
Hokuto fucked a plane, you are correct.
That's canon now.
He fucked a dinosaur, he fucked a plane. We despise Hokuto, but we admire his tenacity.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we fucking hate the man, but we
respect.
Do have to respect his game.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my god.
Everyone, all the sleepwalkers are fucking gathering in the pet cemetery. We got this big crowd of cats and humans and Gamamon, and before Hiro gets controlled, he does call Ruli, so they're like, following along from above. And we fucking Bestmon gives this big speech about how, like, in the past, cats were treated as gods, and they, the fucking state of human-cat relationships these days is shameful. It should be the cats treating the humans like pets. We need to retrain these fuckos so that they'll behave properly. Oh, and also we need to do a selection process to see which ones are actually worthy of becoming our pets. So I do get flashbacks to Neferpito in the Chimera Ant arc, fucking lining all these humans up for a selection process. Fucking cat girls love doing a selection process.
Cat girls love for you to perform for them. It's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So fucking, Bestmon is like walking, among the rows of people, like fucking sees a cat sitting in loaf pose and is like, holy shit, do you see that sit? That is so beautiful. Everyone, all the humans, do that.
Me to my cat was sitting so fucking stupidly. Wow, a perfect sit.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob never loafs.
Aww.
He likes to sit like a whore and just present his belly to all who are near. But don't you dare touch it.
Aw, Kelly sure loves flopping down belly up. She loves it.
Aww.
If I had to do a loaf pose, I would not be selected.
I think I would. I got pretty flexible shoulders.
I would probably have trouble because I'm just not flexible at all. I do sit weird though because I'm gay. But
yeah, true. Yeah, you would be, bartering with Bastbon, like, okay, I can't do loaf pose, but check this out, and you just like fucking completely contort your spine in like your computer chair.
Yes, exactly.
Look at me sit on a chair and tell me you do not admire that.
Look, I could do a different cat sit. It's pretty good, right?
Would you accept an L Death Note set?
Yeah, imagine me sitting on a platform that is clearly too small for my size, and yet I will balance on it and pretend that I'm comfortable.
So only a few humans can do the loaf pose. The other ones get fucking taken out into the woods and handed a shovel. So, that's so funny. I wonder what they're going to use that for.
I wonder. Bizarre.
Yeah, I was like, are they making... For some reason, my brain was like, oh, they're making litter boxes.
Oh, no, I immediately...
Instead of, they're making graves, obviously.
Oh, they're digging their own graves.
Yeah, they're digging their own grave.
Like, it was kind of like
when
a
I have to do any conversation, that's just digging my own grave.
It was like a 1-2 of like, are they doing holes for them to shit in? No, they're doing graves, obviously. And then they confirm it for us.
It could be both. It could be both. We don't know. Meanwhile, Jellymon comes back from her super important food business, right? Oh no, that's already happened.
Yeah, that's already happened because they're kind of all grouped up because like Jellymon had watched all the people like go into the pet cemetery and stuff and like had met up with Espimon and Goromon and Ruli, and they're all like watching them, right? So
yeah, they're watching in horror.
They're watching like Kirishiro and Hiro like try to smush their faces between bars, and
yeah, there's like a bunch of cat set tests, and human bodies are not cat bodies, so humans be failing left and right.
Gamamon like squeezes through the bars just fine because I guess he has a different skull than humans. I don't know.
Because he's smaller. Kyoshiro
he's a baby. He's still got a squishy little skull.
Oh my god! Oh no. Kyoshiro is repeatedly banging his head against the bars. It is actually kind of horrifying to watch.
So hey, last time we had a cat girl making physically impossible demands of a person to imitate them. We established that we as non-binary people would do fucking fine. Do you think that as non-bines we could squish our skulls through the bars? I'm just asking this.
I do think my head is empty.
I've already...
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
My head is empty, but it is also really big, so I'm not sure it would squish enough. I think I would fail, even if you two could go through. I think I would definitely fail this. I, struggle with finding hats my size.
Considering how often I've jammed my hand into things that were clearly too small for it, because I was like, I can get that wire that fell behind the closet. I can squeeze my hand in. I think I might pass this one actually.
Yeah, listen, I simply think that the scientific facts tell us that gender occupies way too much space in the interior of your body, and if you take it out, then you simply have more room to squish.
Yeah.
Like letting a little bit of air out of a balloon.
It's science.
It's science.
I have too much gender. I don't know if I can get rid of gender. I don't know if I can do the agender thing. I hold too much gender in my body.
So the tests are fucking going on. Gamamon gets through. Hiro and Kyoshiro are just like beating their heads against the bars though, and they can't stop. And Bastmon sort of like notices Gamamon, like, a white Digimon whose name is Gamamon. Nah, it couldn't be him. No way, definitely not. Definitely couldn't be the Dark Conqueror or anything.
Pointing at Gamamon White.
So fucking Hiro and Kyoshiro fail. Bastmon thinks they're fucking pathetic. She takes them out in the woods and makes them dig a hole. And fucking Ruli and the rest are wondering, like, how do we get in there and save them? Do these cats have any weaknesses? And then they go, cat weaknesses, huh? So that'll be relevant for later.
I was like, are they gonna get catnip? That is not what they do, but
they might as well. They might as well. The people who were digging, Gamamon gets the world's tiniest little shovel, right?
Yeah, he got a little spade. He's digging a little hole.
They went through the trouble of getting big spades for everyone, and then said, this tiny fella can have the little garden shovel.
Oh, Gamamon is digging the cutest little grave.
Adorable.
The smallest little grave. Baby grave. Oh, that's kind of a bad thing. Never mind. I didn't say that. That's not
that. Is story in 6 words. Gamamon has a little tiny garden shovel. That's 6 words. Beat that, Hemingway, or...
In parentheses, and he's digging his own grave with it.
Oh god, it does sound like a Reddit short horror story. If I had a Reddit account, I would try to post that and see if anyone.
If you put the rest, if you put the rest of the story in parentheses, it doesn't count, right? It doesn't count against the word limit.
No, of course not, because they're in parentheses, so everyone knows those aren't real words.
Exactly. So, they're fucking digging their own graves, like, they're Bastmon is talking about, like, how, it's, all that stuff earlier, they were just these cats were just taking their pet humans on a walk, like good pet owners, and leaving them on top of buildings and shit, like good pet owners, and, like fucking... Kyoshiro is screaming for his life, talking about how he doesn't want to be buried alive, and then just a big celery hits him in the face. Because the gang, everyone, Jellymon and Ruli and the gang are back. Airdramon's there too for some reason, and they brought olives and celery from Jellymon's farm business, and
the fact that it became relevant is insane.
Yeah, it's really fucking funny. So Espimon has been lighting the plants on fire, and Goromon is like blowing the smoke around, and all the cats are getting fucking stoned out of their minds because apparently olives and celery work the same as catnip.
Or like Silvervine, which is similar.
Yeah, they were calling it Silvervine. I'm not sure if that's just like a different name for catnip whatever.
It's a different thing. It does the same thing.
Never heard of.
It does the same thing as catnip, essentially. Okay, the only reason I know this is because I got a cat toy that, like, one of the things was catnip and one was Silvervine, and I was like, oh.
Okay.
Does that mean that cats who are allergic to catnip could get high on Silvervine?
So
good information.
These cats are fucking blazing it. They're getting so high. And they get so high that their weird, like, two tails and fucked up eyes go away and they go back to normal. And then it's like, oh shit, alright, now that these cats are back to normal, we can finally activate the digital field without bringing them into it. So they do that. And then they do a big fucking fight, and Lemormon, like fucking evolves and takes some swings at Bastmon, but then Bastmon just fucking sucks out all his energy with a move called Vampire Dance, and he loses all his color saturation and stards shriveling up like a husk, and his eyes are bulging out, and it's like, okay, fucked up.
She moved her hips in a sexy way, and it killed him.
He fucking died.
I mean, he's not dead, but he is dead. He's dead, but he's fine.
He is.
Yeah.
The Lemormon, can't come to the front.
I mean, I feel like he would probably feel like he's dead, because after he got his energy sucked out, he got controlled to attack Ruli.
Yeah. Well, usually Lemormon is all about protect Ruli, not attack Ruli.
Attack?
This is a different person.
Yeah, it's so fucked up.
He's changed since he got into Titty Cat Lady.
This is what being a furry does to a motherfucker.
I thought, like, she was gonna be mad because he's kind of a wolf. And I thought she was going to be like, dog! Oh, God! That didn't happen. But...
So Kanto Weissmon and Thetismon evolve, like, fucking intercept the Lemormon attack. But, while Kanto Weissmon is fighting Lemormon, Bastmon goes after Thetismon and, like, fucking does the vampire dance again and drains all their energy. But fucking guess what, idiots? Thetismon did a JoJo. Actually, she meant to get her ass kicked and all her energy sucked out because she used her duck tease organ to synthesize a fucking Silvervine essence into her body.
When will Jellymon realize that she can set up a drug?
Oh my fucking... Yeah, Jellymon could make infinite edibles. Like, come on.
Producing weed in my body.
How is Kyoshiro ever stressed? He has world's best dealer.
I think he definitely seems like the type that he would get, like, paranoid when he was smoking it, which is, like, too bad. Like,
oh, for sure.
He's definitely, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the reason why I'm completely sure, yeah.
Yeah. Kyoshiro would not ever have a good high.
He would never. Even,
just like me.
Everyone would, like, try to give it. He'd be like, oh, no, this one's indica. It'll make you, like, crash on a cat. And he's like, no! It makes me crazy!
I'm crying as I shake Kyoshiro's head.
You shake his head.
I'm crying as I shake Kyoshiro's head because I also don't get to have good high.
Me too. I am also putting my hand in this handshake. We're going 3. We got 3 now.
Kyoshiro has 2 hats, and it's for people's hats that
shaking our hands because none of us can handle weed.
I can. How dare you? Don't include me in this.
Yeah, fair.
I feel like whenever you take a hit, you should do it in honor of me. I
mean, I can't have edibles without fucking going crazy, but like smoking, fine. Edibles, there was one time I took one that had like too much stuff in it, and I had to call my sister because I was like freaking out. I was like, I had too much. And she came home because she like understands, because she's definitely much more of like into weed than I am. And I was just like, I'm an idiot. Please help me. I was fine, but it is an experience. I was like, oh, I understand what people mean when they say they get paranoid now.
So Thetismon becomes the ultimate weed-smoking girlfriend and gets Fastmon, totally fucking turned. Like, she wasn't getting high just, like, from the smoke in the air earlier, but, like, fucking taking a straight hit off the Thetismon essence apparently did it for her. And she fucking gets all dopey, and stops fighting and stops controlling everyone. So then everything goes back to normal, and, fucking they're hanging out with Fastmon, who's admitted her defeat and is like, I guess, cats will, cats in this world will never take charge of things. They'll never be in control of humans. And then everyone is like, I mean, they kind of already are. We kind of just do whatever they want for them anyway.
Yeah, I was really happy at the end. They were like, yeah, they kind of do, though. They're fine. They're just lazier than they have been in the past, which, like, fair enough.
Yeah, and then Fastmon sees, like, all the fucking, cats and their owners, being all friendly with each other and cuddling, and she's like, man, I wonder if I'll have a partner like that someday. And Hiro is like, yeah, I bet you will. And, it's a nice little moment.
I hear Riku is in the business of looking for maybe big titty girlfriends.
Save him.
Riku already dropped the ball once, though. I don't think he can handle it.
Riku doesn't look like the kind of man that learns.
We don't know that for sure.
I look at him and I think that's a pathetic anime boy that does not learn from his mistakes.
Fair enough.
So we get the line from Angoramon. The blessing to be an owner isn't just for the cat. Become your own Silvervine. Just like Thetismon did, and got everyone high.
Yeah, just become drugs.
Become drugs.
You know what? Wasn't there a time when people tried to smoke mummies?
God, that does sound like a fucking thing that the British would do.
Yeah.
Oh, mummies.
I'm pretty sure there was, like, a fucking mummy as health product.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, like, people would, like, smush up.
And yet they criminalize weed. You know what? If you could choose...
Yeah, if you can fucking...
Between what would make you, like, feel better, I would pick weed.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
Like, I don't... Yeah, like, even...
Don't...
Like, what?
Don't smoke a mummy? Holy shit.
Don't smoke a mummy.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to make the link between turning yourself into a drug, but the mummies didn't choose this.
Also,
they
smoke mummy, like, dust, and don't, like, drink the mummy goo that everyone was obsessed with. Like, I know it's very tempting, but don't. You'll just have a bad time.
Defile the burial sites of other civilizations.
Yeah, how'd you feel if I smoked your grass?
Smoking big grandmas instead of smoking big doinks. I've heard of smoking out your grandma, but this is ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so then, Kyoshiro lets Riku and other nameless student adopt the stray cats.
Yeah.
And they become official temporary dorm members with little collars on, and until they can get forever homes. And it's nice, and that's the episode.
It's nice. I was like, aw.
Good. It's a good episode.
I'm glad they got cats, even if they don't get Digimon partners.
Yeah.
But it's only temporarily until they find a permanent home. Kyosho, this is the permanent home.
Yeah.
That's how it works. You take in a cat, this is his house now.
Oh, apparently Silvervine is also called Japanese catnip, so that's probably why they used that specifically.
Oh, that makes sense.
But that's fun.
All right. So, yeah, I think we can head on over to plugs then. This is a bit of a shorter one, but you know, we had to wrap up. We got to wrap this one up a little early since we had a later start time and also the fucking 10-minute kitten story. So, Elvira, where can we find you?
You can find me freezing my ass off in the middle of winter at Eruviru on Twitter for as long as that exists. I should make a co-host. But that's it.
Sorry. You can find me at Haunting the Morgue on Tumblr and Twitter. You can find me at Gengar. Sorry. Excuse me. You can find me at Gengar on co-host. And you can find me on my other podcasts, the Sonic Shuffle, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast, and Forward ReZero, a ReZero Watch podcast.
All right. You can find me on a podcast called Going Well Hunting. It's about Hunter x Hunter. You can also find me on a podcast called We Rate Queerbait. Let's see, what the fuck is the episode coming out this week? We just did Carolyn Tuesday. Yeah. Next up is our fucking Death Note episode.
Hell yeah!
Fuck, that rocks.
Oh, I'm excited.
Death Note is like the most queerbaity shit. God damn.
It's insane, and we have a really fun time talking about it.
They were tied together, but
they were handcuffed.
There's no way they didn't fuck.
Like,
oh, absolutely.
Also, like, even if I like watched or I put like Death Note on as like background noise for like some reason, and it's actually like still a great watch, even though it's like insane to watch. Like, I don't know if I would recommend it, but
there are definitely parts that suck, and it definitely hates women a lot.
Yes. It's like a fun watch, even though there's like parts that are something else.
And L is definitely like a neurotypical person's idea of what an autistic person is like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But just buy the manga or read the manga online instead of watching the show, because the manga is beautifully drawn. And then you can forget about all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
the first manga I ever bought.
The anime does have some really fucking good music.
Yeah, the anime is good music. That's what I was gonna say.
And the great subtitles.
True. It's just like it's like over the top. There's like some parts that are like feel camp to me almost, which is a weird.
The potato.
The fucking potato chip scene is so goddamn funny. Like they made it like that on purpose.
Yeah,
I swear.
for sure. But, yeah, that'll be a fun one.
Also, I'm on Fur Affinity. If you want me to draw a cat girl, you can commission me. Get in touch with me on Discord or at Space Robot Art at Fur Affinity. And wait, fucking spacerobotart@gmail.com. And I think that's it for me. So this show is on Twitter at DigiGhostGaze. We're on Tumblr at DigimonGhostGaze.tumblr.com. We've got a Discord server with all sorts of fun things going on, like art streams on Friday, Aptly Mondays on Mondays, where we're careening dangerously close to the end of F Monsters, and oh boy, very funny reveal coming up for this week.
I feel like careening is the right word.
Yeah.
From what I know about it, even though I keep missing them.
It's a deranged series, and you all should watch it with us. So this podcast is also part of the Noisespace.xyz network. You can go to Noisespace.xyz and find all sorts of neat shows. We got some new ones. We got Gay Friends Chainsaw Dog Sanctuary going strong. We got fucking Doctor which is off to a great start. Talking about Doctor Who. Just all sorts of really good shit.
It's really great because, yeah, I did not expect that to be Doctor Who to be where Sam and Jordan did their next podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
And they didn't either, but they're having fun.
It's been fun to listen to, but I gotta be honest here at this point, if they make a podcast, I will think good content.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
All right, so I think that about does it for us. So until next time, all you poltergeists, ghouls, and non-boonaries, Digimon is
for the gays.
Goodbye, darlings.
Bye.
Bye.
It's dark tonight, there are creatures all around. Stuck all night in a haunted house, just outside of town. Digi-ghouls and digi-goblins hiding everywhere. Hey, what's that sound I'm hearing underneath the stairs?
Hey y'all, it is December 24th, just a couple of hours away from Christmas here on the East Coast, and just finished editing, so I thought I'd give you a quick Kitten update. So yeah, it is 2 weeks since I found the little guy, and she's doing well. So she had her surgery on Wednesday, so, you know, she's recovering from that. She's on about 4 different medications for her various ailments, but, you know, she's recovering, she seems happy, she seems comfortable, and she's doing pretty well. Alright, that's all. Bye-bye.